Hello all, welcome to one more session. In this particular session, we will learn about environment variables. Now, what is a environment variable? Now, this environment variable is a fundamental concept in Linux. They are dynamic and these variables store informations like system configuration, user preferences, runtime data, etc. Now let's try to understand what is this environment variable first. Let us compare with an analogy. Now let's say there is a house. Now in the house you have multiple places, like for example let's say there's a bedroom, there's a kitchen, there's a dining room, there's a play area. Now it is we understand automatically, right? If you have to sleep, obviously you'll sleep in bedroom and you'll not sleep in kitchen, right? It is very much understandable. Now let us say in Unix, I'm creating, let's say, one user. User is, let's say the username is some X. Now, what should be the home directory for this user X? What should be the bash this user should be using? What should be the color of the screen, color of the fonts, color of the directory, all those things. Now, where do we define that? We define them as environment variables, and we define them in a file called as bashrc. Okay, we define them in a file called as bashrc. Now whenever we create a user, the user will get certain environment based on what we have defined in that particular file. That is what an environment variable means. Now there are a couple of different environment variables. One is called as system wide environmental variables. Second is user specific environment variables, common environment variables. Now what is a system wide environment variables? These are set of entire system and they're typically defined by a system wide configuration files. They affect all users and processes that is running on that particular system. Now the second one is very understandable. These are specific to each user and they can customize according to the user preferences. They are defined in a user specific configuration files. Now the third one is called as common environmental variables, or common and widely recognized by various programs like the home, user, path. Path is basically it specifies directories to search. Home is points to user home directory, etc. Okay, these are the what is couple of environment variables are. If we have to see the environment variables, there is a command which says env. Okay, let me go to the Linux and check for that particular command. Let me go to my system, log into my server. Let's say clear. Now let me use the command called as env. Now if you see, these are the environmental variables. You see the shell is default bin bash, log name is Ubuntu, the home directory is this, okay, session is tty. You see the colors, so these are the colors that are default colors they've given. So that is the environment for this user called as a root. Now if I want to see the path, we can say echo dollar path. Okay, now you see this is the path to access that environmental variable. Okay, to access the value of specific environment variable, we can use this command echo, and to check the value we can see the path. Now, can we change this environment variable? Yes. There are two ways how we can change the environment variable. One is temporary, second is permanent. First, let's see how to change the environment variable by using temporary method. We have to use the syntax called as export. I want to change the path. Path is equal to dollar path colon new slash, I'll give it as new directory. Okay, and then enter. Now let us do echo path. Let me go into this file. Now you see, here is where we can see all the environment variables. You see here, bashrc. Now here I have to make an entry. Okay, let me make an entry here. Can say, or else, I mean, we have to make an entry here. We can also make that from the command line itself. Let's say echo command would be same, export path equal to dollar path slash new slash new dir. Okay, I want this to update. Update means two greater than symbols, right? Enter. Now let us go ahead and see. This must be updated in this file. You see, there's a new line that has been written here. So that's how we can update this particular bashrc file. Now, well, that is how we can configure the environment variables. Okay, see you guys in the next session. Take care.